What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. Hopefully you guys had a good New Year's Eve and welcome to 2023, to this new year that hopefully brings us, and hopefully you guys know where I'm going with this, some just better overall economic factors here and things in the markets, because we've just been getting hit and nailed and screwed every single month over and over again with inflation, with the federal funds increasing interest rates, with rent, with food, with gas prices, with crypto going in the gutter, with the stock market going in the gutter. Anything that was you trying to make money that wasn't price gouging people, you'd be out of money. Like, no matter what you tried to do to invest, you probably would have lost some money in the past year. So some very crazy stuff is happening this year. I mean, I personally feel like this year last year was so bad overall, probably the worst year that I've experienced with my own thoughts in the real world here after college and stuff like that fingers crossed and knock on wood, hopefully this is the lowest at a low, and hopefully we can start to proceed forward here. We've had officially one full year, and I remember it from 2022 January 1st till now. We've had nothing but slumps and markets correcting and dropping since the Feds introduced the interest rate. This is our economy for 2022. This was it. This whole thing is a summary of how we experienced this year. Was just a lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high movement here since January 1st. Incredibly, January 1st marked the wave when the Feds introduced interest rates, and we've just been screwed and gotten our ass handed to us year over year. So it's been pretty, or month over month. So it's been pretty harsh. We've had a very harsh 2022, but hopefully you guys have made it through and we've fared the storm, and this is it. And hopefully now maybe we start off pretty shaky for the beginning, maybe the mid 2023 year, but hopefully we can start to move back up from there. And I'll go a little bit more in detail about that later on in today's video with you guys. But we are looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin. We are still stagnant and the market is still dead for the most part, but we do have to talk about this, and we do have to talk about a lot of you guys' comments. With that being said, also make sure to check out my second channel. Link is down in the description if you want more financy stuff and some just interesting popular videos. It seems like I've found some sort of trend that I can continue to hop on here with my videos in regards to talking about how certain people have proven their success. They've done actually extremely well here on the channel. You can see this video 3 weeks ago, 50K views. My one I posted 2 days ago has over 3,000 views here. For a channel that is over 1,000 subs is pretty incredible, and this allowed it to happen. This channel is also monetized finally after many months of trying. This took 7 months, so we did have some positive things come for the 2023 year, and we do have some very good goals moving forward into 2023, and you can please comment what your goals are for this New Year's down below here. But with that being said, smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. So a few things to discuss in today's video. I hope, first off, continuing the New Year's stuff, I hope rent goes down. That's my biggest thing. I just want to give you guys an example. When I moved into this apartment last year, the price which was higher than what it was when they first built this complex that I'm in, was $1,850 for a 1,000 square foot, very nice apartment. Well, this current apartment that they want, had this gone back on the market, would be $2,400. So in the course of 2022, you can see the stock market we've gotten our butts handed to us in the stock market, and cryptocurrency and inflation. And what does the apartment complexes do in Florida, which has had the worst freaking increase? Well, they've increased not my rent, but they've increased the rent had you moved into here as a new renter, $600 a month, over $7,000 for the year, which is unheard of. And honestly, if I, had I not already re-signed my lease, if come the following year, I need to make a decision as to whether I'm staying here or not, because these prices, and hopefully 2023 can lower ourselves, because typically what sees the biggest and highest increase in price usually has the biggest fall. But we'll see if that happens within Florida rent here. But if we don't see prices tick back down, I really need to do some thinking in regards to what other, where else I could move to. I want to stay in Florida, but when you increase rent by $600 a month and everything, and the place isn't any better, and I'm not getting any more value for my dollar, it doesn't make sense to live here. So we'll see where the market goes from there on out. But hopefully this year can bring us some positive movements moving forward into this new year here, the next coming months. Hopefully, I have some skeptical FUD thoughts, and I feel like this video is going to be spent most of the time talking about my predictions for this year here, and I gave you my thoughts, and I hope that we see inflation and everything come back down, but I just am a little skeptical, and I do believe that there's a chance that this year we may have some highs and lows, but I think this year might just be more of a stagnant year, which really sucks for crypto. It really does, but I have this gut feeling that might be what happens, because as I've said before, we typically see crypto move in three ways and three cycles, because the markets are cyclical: a bull market, a bear market, a consolidation period. A bull market, we just finished the bear market for this year, for last year, and now we're looking for the consolidation period. But this consolidation period does move up. So don't discredit it. We still do see movements. It does take a while, but we do still see movements within that, and then we move on. So we might see a run like this. Who knows? We might see some consolidation. Who knows? We might move up to retest 60K, and then the bull market enters into into the year 2024, which could carry us into the end of 2025. All of 2024 could bring some very positive lights. So we have another year to kind of see where things go, and then I think 24 will bring us some very positive movements for XRP and cryptocurrency. I also believe that's kind of when we'll see all-time highs within the stock market again. But this video is definitely is going to be more on my prediction for the new year, what the new year will bring. And for Ethereum, I believe very similar to the same thing. This is going to be probably a little bit harder to proof track, but you can see we typically have a bull run, a bear run. We have the consolidative period. Then we have a bull run, a bear run, and then a consolidative period. Who knows how long this is going to take? I really don't even want to find out on the price graph what exactly we're looking at here in regards to a date range, but I'm sure it's not going to be pleasant here once we correct it out of that. It was about a year and a half of this consolidation that took place on Ethereum here before we saw any sort of, reversals or swings or movements to the upside here. But I do believe we are entering that period where we do see consolidation now. You can see, again, bull run is the first leg in this cyclical market. Then we have a bear run, and then we have consolidation. So we had the bull run already. Hopefully this is the end of the bear run. Now we're entering the consolidative period, and then we'll see where the market swings us from then on out. And then moving forward from here, looking at things like Bitcoin, it's a very similar circumstance, although I think Bitcoin's a little bit easier to track. Putting the comparison on Bitcoin right now, if I jump to the weekly here, we could get a similar vibe as well. Cyclical markets in three stages here, where typically we have 1 year of bull run. You can see, let me just put this on. Bull run, first year. Bear run, second year. We have a consolidative period here, followed again by bull run, then a bear run. Now we're looking for the consolidative period. So you can see here, jumping to the date range, this bull run was about, again, a year and a half, which is a little wonky here, but it was pretty much from 2019. No, it's not too bad. So the year 2017 into 2018 was bull. 2018 into 2019 was bear. 2019 into 2020 was consolidation. And then 2020 into 2021 was bull market. 2021 into 2022 was bear market. And now we're seeing, I believe, or did I do that wrong? Hold on. Let's see. So we had a bull market from 2017 was bull market. 2018 was bear market. 2019 was consolidation. 2020 was a bull market into 2021. Okay, so we had 2020 and 2021 bull market, 2022 bear market. I'm looking for consolidation this year. That's what I predict. So this is what I'd consider that consolidative sideways trading period here. But typically, we do see movements in here where we're going to experience potentially our lowest retest here, but we could also see a potential swing back up. You could see this could mark or map pretty much where the bottom has been. We already had a bottom potentially we see movements back up to 11K, which means we could very easily see Bitcoin go from its current low, which I do believe we're currently at. We could easily see movements like this. A small prediction, we break out, we retest moving average, because you can see at some point we did fall back in the bear market below here, and we were in a below the moving average retest here. So I think this year we should see a reversal back up to retest Bitcoin's moving average at some point here. You could see how overextended we were, but look, at some point here in 2019, we came back up to retest moving average. So if history can repeat itself and we see a similar movement here, I would suspect that we could see a $30,000 to $40,000 Bitcoin again for 2023, for the year 2023. Then there's a very big chance that after we see movements like this, we could come back down to retest, $16,000, $17,000. But there is that opportunity that we do retest 40K again, and then we start to see the bull run at the end of the year 2023 into 24 and 25. So that's really my prediction for Bitcoin, and why I believe this carries on, and why I believe it wholeheartedly that that's what we're looking for come next year, is based off the S&P 500 too. Truthfully, I just want to show you guys, if I jump to the weekly, how the S&P could potentially move to, what the lowest points are, what the biggest possibilities are here moving forward. So I want to map out first when 2024 ends. 2024 ends right, or 2023 ends right here. This is the end of the year 2024. I want to show you 2025 here. This was 24. This is the period of 23, and then from 23 to 24 ends right over here. So you could see these two periods. So this is what I want to show you. And typically, if I show you the way these markets work, we do kind of float inside of here. But ideally, my truth and my belief here is that because we've already experienced a year of bear market here, I don't think we're going to experience another year of bear market. Understand, we're starting this year off now at 3,800 points. So if we end the year at 4,000 points, then the markets ideally would have ran a total of 6%. Truthfully, I think the highest point we could end the year is maybe a 12% up from where we were last year, which is conservative, is my point here. I believe conservatively we could end the year 12% up. And then again, we could probably end 23 to 24 up another 6.8%. But in total, had we moved from ending this year where we currently are to 2024 here, let me just show you, we could end the year up about 20%. So there could be a 20% move from this year to 2020 or entering 2025. But I do believe in 2025 is when we'll see our all-time highs again. So you can see here, I want to continue to scale this out. My belief from this is the entering of 2025. The end of 2025 would be right here. So now you have kind of this path here. Notice if we draw a horizontal line here, the points inside of here, let me change the color too. This would be, let's do blue. These would be the points of the peaks here. And then again, if we extended this up a little bit here, something like that, you could see a peak here. These are the years. This is how we scale this up. So this is the perfect prime example to kind of pinpoint my predictions for the year 2023, 4, and 5. So even if the stock market, we see a bottom here at 3,800, we move back up, we could eventually swing back up to here. Maybe we end the year, so-so, but at some point we can continue to scale our movements. And by the time we hit a high, or conservatively, because we're not extremely overextended, but we're trending inside our channel, which clearly the government and the feds want us to be back inside. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done this. We pushed ourselves, forcibly manipulated the market to get back inside our ascending fractal here on a more conservative route here. It might take 3 years for us to retest the all-time highs that we saw here, but if you dollar cost average your positions, you could much lower. This is if you put your money all in here, which most people probably didn't do. But if you've been scaling yourself back up to here, if you start to put money in on the way down and you start to put money in on the way here, you could pretty much be breaking even this year. This year you could break even. Maybe next year you could break even. But you can also notice the low point that we had in the pandemic, I don't think we'll ever reach again. The next time, the next low could potentially be 3,000 points, which would be mid of the pandemic that we had. But this is truly where I see the involvement and the movement of the S&P 500. A positive note like this. I really don't think we're going to see prices break outside this ascending fractal again. So I personally believe we're going to stay inside of here. Now, there's a chance that we could hug the top, which would be beautiful. We did this for all of 2013 into 2015. We had 2 years hugging the top. So we could easily consolidate. Maybe this is it. Maybe we consolidate back up. We get back to the top here. And then for the rest of 24, 25, we could just hug the top resistance here and we'd be doing great. But regardless, this is kind of my outlook, my thought as to where this moves to. I really don't want to see any sort of lows like this. It's possible, but I really don't want to see any sort of movements like that. But who knows where we're going to be moving to. I mean, everything's all over the place here. But that's pretty much my prediction. This is how I see the markets moving to. 2025, I think we'll be breaking even from all-time highs. But I do think conservatively we will see movements up to here, and we will see runs to the upside. But I think this year will be more of a consolidative period. We could see some more lows, and then we'll see some more highs. But just be prepared, because I don't think we're definitely not out of the woods just yet, and things aren't normal yet. And until that happens, things are going to be a little bit weary. But that's pretty much it for today's video. With that being said, make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.